All right, so the two last numbers gives us the output of the matrix. So in other words, we're going to end up with a 2 by 2 matrix. As you can see, all the responses are all what? 2 by 2 matrix. All right. Okay. Are we clear on matrix multiplication and compatibility?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All right. Let me test your skills. Let me see if you don't really understand. Look at these two matrices. Can I multiply these two matrices? What's the first thing we're going to do? Write out the what? The order of the matrix. What's the order of the first matrix?
3 by 1.
It has 3 rows and 1 column. And the second matrix, how much rows it have?
1.
1 row and 3 columns. All right. Now, how do we test to see if the two matrices are compatible? We look at this number here, the last number here, and the first number. And if both of them are equal, it means that they're what? Compatible. In other words, if the number of rows, if the number of columns of the first matrix is equal to the number of rows of the second matrix, then they are compatible. Now, what type of matrix are we going to get when we multiply these two matrices? Look at the last two numbers. So we expect to get a what? A 3 by 3 matrix. So a 3 by 3 matrix looks like this. All right. Okay. So I hope you guys understand all of that. Let's actually go into the multiplication. I've seen a question, a multiple choice question, where they ask you how two matrices are compatible, you know. So remember that. All right, let's actually multiply them. So it's row by column. All right. So it's gonna be 1 times 3. So, or hold on here. So I'm gonna show you how to get this number. All right, so that number first. And after that number, I'm gonna show you to get what? That number second. All right. So it's row by column. So it's gonna be 1 times 3. Plus 3 times 2. Plus negative 3 times 0. All right. All right. So all of that will give us what? The first value. Can someone tell me what that answer is?
9.
9, not true. Right. So, boy, you know, say A O type, not true. So, and B O type, not true. So it has to be either what? C or D. All right. So let's look at the second number now. So, okay, so I don't have enough space. Hold on, I have space now, but they're all over the place. So I'm just gonna squeeze this. The second number, I'm gonna put the working out right here. Sorry about that. All right. So to get the second number to the right, we use the same first row, but not the first column of the second matrix. But the what? The second column of the second matrix. All right. So it is going to be 1 times 0. All right. Plus what? 3 times 1. plus -3 times 5. All right, can somebody compute that for me, please? What's the answer for this?
-12.
All right, so this will go out. That's 3. A positive and negative give you a negative. 3 5 is 15. And you're absolutely correct. It's going to be negative what? 12. All right. So this, you know what I you know what you know what you don't have to continue though. You realize what I'm going?
Yes, sir.
You're just basically done.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I want? All right. So you know they try to make life a little bit easy for you. But guess what, man? If you would start to work out the number down here, so you might find some little problem, you know? Might take a little while because both of them have
You have to
nice.
do the whole
Right.
thing.
But usually, you know, if my memory serves me correct, most teachers they don't do it like that. It's always this number first, followed by that one, followed by what? That one, and then the last one. All right. Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right. Hope you guys are taking notes. Okay, so I'm going to close this. Anybody writing?
Yes, sir.
All right. Take notes here. What you can do, you know, write out the question and just write the answer. Nobody write off A, B, C, and D. Just do your thing. And remember, this is not a watching game, all right? You should have your book out and, you know, and you calculate. Well, you're not supposed to be in calculator. All right, so what happened is that at 11 o'clock, I have 2 presenters, 2 of my colleagues at school. They're going to present on a topic in statistics, a line graph, and I believe a histogram by Ms. Coward and Ms. Lewis at 11 o'clock. All right. Okay, good morning. Akira, what you say now? Yes, sir. What are you talking about? All right.
No, sir, I was just communicating with you through the chat.
Okay. All right. Can I move on?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so let me. Let me just share something with you. And you know, 6. Why I don't know why 6 is where is it now? Why this thing? Are you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, you notice this is the same question we did a while ago, not true? Or is it different? Same thing, not true?
Yeah, but the answer there different.
You see it though. So I think the year that I sent that I was showing, I think it's 20. What was it? Let me see. Oh, this is January. Is this question is January 2022, you know. And this one is May 2020. Same question, but guess what? They put the answer at what? A. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. So I didn't realize that this person actually work out this thing for you guys, which is really, really cool. All right. All right. Okay. Let's look at
Sir, did you send me that document there?
yep, all of this is in a WhatsApp, you know.
Oh.
I sent a couple past papers. All right, let's look at
What did they
41.
tell me that?
Yeah, man. Let's look at 41.
Oh.
No, median is a statistical average. So you know, you have averages when you add up all the number them and divide by the same amount of number, not true. So that's an average. So median is also what? An average. No, median is just the middle number. All right. Can you tell me which number is the middle number in this set?
Sir, add 10 number they did there, so 2 and then with the middle, you go add them and divide by 2.
All right. Cool. So what I normally do is, what I like to do is to do this. Mark off that one, then you mark off that one. Then followed by that one. And as you correctly said, what? We have two middle numbers. So what do you add them? So 5 plus 9 is what? What's 5 plus 9?
14.
14.
14
And then you
divided
just
by
what? Divide that by what? By 2. Answer is
7.
7. So 7 is your answer. All right. Pretty simple, aren't you? What you have to be careful of, you see, is that sometimes they don't give the numbers in order. So sometimes they mix up the number them, but what you have to do is to put them in what? Ascending or descending order. So for example, they might give you 1. I'm just making up some numbers here. 1, 5, 3, 2, 8. All right. So if I ask you to find the median of this data set here, right? You have to put them either in ascending or descending order, or from big to small, small to big. Let's do from small to big. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 8. And then now you find the what? The median. All right. It turns out that you know, you have to add again, don't you?
4.
And divide by 2.
4.
You get what? 4.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, let's look at 42.
All right, sir, before you go any further, morning. Like how you're on the media and the mode and the, what's the next one? Media mode and
Mean.
mean.
Mhm.
Why not finish explain that part before you move to something else? Because a lot of us don't really understand that.
Which one?
Regarding the mode and the means. So you said that the media is the middle one.
Right. All
So
right. So all right. Okay. So the median is the middle number, right? All right, hold on. So the median is the middle number. But the data set the data set has to be in ascending or descending order. All right. Give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute. All right, so sorry about that. So that's the median. Now you have something called the mode. So the mode is just the number that occurs most frequently. So which data occurs most frequently in this data set here?
9.
9.
Right, it would have been what? 9. It will be 9. And then you have what we call the mean. Now the mean is where you add up all of them now. All right. So it's going to be 1
Divided by 10.
plus 3 plus 4 plus dot. And then you divide it by the amount of numbers. And how much numbers we have? 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. And that's how you find the mean, the average. Okay. And let me just say something to you. Some people always mix up average and mean. You see, median, mode, and mean are all statistical averages. All right. So all of them are all averages. So mean is an average, mode is an average, and median is also what? An average. All right. Okay, let's look at 41. Sorry, 42. What you notice? This question, them give you what? 4 numbers. And they tell you that the average is what? Is equal to 10. So it's like you have, hold on. So it's like you have 4 plus 8 plus a number that we don't know plus 12. And what they're saying, well, if you're going to find the average, right, you have to add all 4 numbers and then divide it by 4. And what they're saying that when you do that, you get 10. So they're asking us what number should go there. So that when you add 4 plus 8 plus 1 number plus 12 divided by 4, we get 10. What number should go there?
So 4 into 24 goes.
Let me ask a question. Would you agree with me that everything at the top must add up to 40? Because 40 divided by 4, I have to give you what?
10. Yes,
10.
sir.
So
And
what
first-
number would go there to make everything equal to 40?
16.
16?
Yes, 16.
All right, beautiful. Correct. Can I move on? All right, let me get meters right off that, or take a photo or something. All right, moving on. Let's look at this question here. It's 31. You guys see my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right, so basically, there's a formula to find speed of anything. All right, so average speed is distance traveled divided by time taken. All right, so basically the distance traveled is 1080. I'm going to divide that by 9. All right, without using a calculator, what is this answer?
C, sir. C.
C. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
anybody else?
Yes, sir. C.
That was fast.
So I can go over back the one day, please, me never catch that.
Hmm?
Yes, sir?
Say that again.
But did I ask you if you can go over back that?
Oh, you mean the four? Well, all right. Tell you what. It says what is a speedboat took what 9 hours to travel at a distance of 1,080 kilometers. What was its average speed? So there's a formula. All right, average speed is distance traveled divided by time taken. So the distance traveled is 1080 divided by 9. Remember, it's a multiple choice. So how do you compute that without using a calculator?
Sir, I got C.
Okay, I hear person are saying C. All right. What did you do? Long division? What did you do?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let me show you a quick and simple
Start with.
Sir, I didn't do long
Eh,
division.
I'm
Okay.
on remember 1,
Uh-huh.
18, and I said 9 into 18, go 2 and just add back a 0.
All right.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we know the general limit, no matter, you know, say so 9 into 9 goes what? 1. And then you say, okay, 9 into 10 goes 1. Remainder what? 1. But 9 to 18 goes what? 2. And you bring up the 0. And I use that. Okay? All right. All right. So let's look at 38. Scored, morning. Are you
They can
here?
repeat the formula.
Hmm?
They can repeat the formula.
The formula for speed.
Mhm.
So average speed is equal to distance traveled divided by time taken. All right. All right. Scored, morning.
Good morning, Mr. Stevens.
Yes, good. Let's look at 38. Any ideas?
Sir, I'm gonna have to pencil that out. I'm gonna have to draw one square. I don't know. Let me do it.
So maybe you feel that man. So what does perimeter mean?
All four sides
All
equal.
around it.
Around
Yep.
the figure.
Hold on, I'm hearing all sides. Well, I hear somebody say all sides are equal, but that is correct for the property of a square. All right, so in a square, all sides are equal. All right. And I hear somebody say the distance. Well, it's actually distance along, not around. Okay, it's a distance along the borders of the shape. So if you sum all of that, all right, you will get what? 52.
50.
All right. So since all sides are equal, all right, you could say, I mean, if you don't know what the sides are, you could say x plus x, which is what? 4x. And that would equal to what? 52.
52.
So you can actually find the side of one square, not true? By dividing what?
by
Dividing the 4 times the
52
52.
by 4.
No, not times. You're going to divide it. What's 52 divided by 4?
13.
13.
13. So each side is 13. All right. Question says, what is the what? Area.
Area.
So how you find the area of a square?
Length to width.
Length times width. So what's 13 times 13?
196.
No.
169.
169. So that's the answer. Gonna give you guys a minute. I'm actually recording this, but I don't know. I don't know if you guys actually have time to actually sit down and watch. You know, all of that.
Sleep.
Yeah, but I guess it will help some people. All right. Okay, can I move on?
Yes, sir.
All right. Look at 48. All right. Now, if you guys were at my little session, was it Thursday? We were looking at the equation of a what? A straight line. Y equals what? Mx plus c. All right. Anybody can figure this question here? They asked us to find the equation of a line. And you guys remember how to find the equation of a line? No? All right. So I did this Thursday, and it is a recording. So if you missed it and watch the recording, you'll probably figure it out. But let me just go ahead and explain to you. It's gonna be kind of difficult to explain from fundamentally from scratch. But to find the equation of any line, we need two things. We need a point, which we have, and we need a what? A gradient, which we have. All right. And to find the equation of a line, what we do, we use the format of a straight line. Y equals mx
X plus C.
plus c. All right. So remember now, the point, the x would have been the 0, and the y would have been what? The 2.
2.
And the m would have been
Is
the 1/3.
1/3.
So what we're going to do, we're going to input the x, the y, the m in the format y equals mx plus c. And you realize that c are the only thing we're missing. So in other words, by inputting
We will
x, y, and
infer.
m, we in effect gonna find the value of c. So let's find c. All right. So we have y, which is 2. So we have 2. I'm falling from up here. So here. So y is 2. So 2 is equal to m. What is m? 1/3.
1/3.
It's m times x. So it's 1/3 times x, which is what? 0. All right. And plus c. All right. So therefore, all of this will go away. So therefore, c is equal to what? 2.
2.
All right. And then now, when we find the c, we're gonna rewrite y equals mx plus c, but we only put back the m and the c. So y is equal to m. What is m? 1/3 x plus the c, which is 2.
2.
So what's the answer?
D.
Very good. You can check the recording I sent. You know. All right. May I close? Can I move on?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so this question here to the left. Let me just look at it quickly. It's not difficult. Anybody know what this is? 46.
It's referring to the graph, the plotting, so you don't have the x and the y axis. So then just find out what is the x axis and the y axis, and you can figure out the answer. That would have, I would have think it would have been B.
All right. Okay, so the answer is correct, but the explanation
Is wrong.
is
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's the correct explanation. All right, but what happened? You see this symbol here? It means that the ends are closed. All right. And what close means it means that you're going to fill up the gap. So in other words, this would mean the end is what? Open.
Open.
So it will be like an empty shell. Like for example, this. You get that? So for example, if the question was like this, -2 less than x less than 4, which answer would that be?
D.
It would have been D, because both ends are what? Open. And open means that it's unshaded. Follow?
Yes, sir.
All right, beautiful. So the answer there is B. All right. All right, so let me look at 49. 49 is not so bad. Basically, what you're going to do is to replace x with -3. Do that for me, please. Replace x with -3 and tell me what the answer is.
Mm,
17.
Correct.
C, yeah.
So it's 2 -3 square, subtract 1. So always work out the power first, right? So -3 square is what? 9. Right? So 2 9 is what? 18.
So minus
So that will give us 17. All right. Give me a second, guys. Hold on. Let me just look at 51.
Abby. No, waiting.
All right. So what you're gonna do is is to, all right, remember domain. What does domain represent again? You have domain and you have range.
X.
Right. Domain represent the X values. All right. And the corresponding Y values are called what? The range. So you're gonna input -2 in this function here. We have to be very careful. So it's negative, and then you have -2 square. Do I do this? Do I say negative and negative positive? Do I do that? No, you can't do that. You have to work out the what? The bracket first, don't you? So you're gonna have to write back that, don't you? And when you work out the bracket, you get 4. So the answer is just what? -4. In other words, this negative remains as it is.
Abby.
All right.
No,
And then when you put in -2, then you put in what? -1. So it will be -1 square. So you write that negative there. And -1 square is 1. So the second number is what? -1. All right. So we don't say AO, don't you? All right. And then we input what? 0. If you input 0, I get 0 because I mean you have negative and then you have 0 square.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then no, you put in 1. Okay.
We know that.
Hold on, I'm all over the place with this thing here. Oh, I can't do that now.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. So I'm gonna write it. I have -4, right? And then I have -1. Then I have 0. Then no, I'm gonna put in 1. This one in the formula. So it's gonna be negative and 1 square. Work out the bracket. You have to write about negative and 2. 1 square is 1. So we have -1 again. All right. Then we put in 2. When you work out 2, you're going to get -4. But you notice the -1 and the -4 is what? Repeated, don't you? You all see that?
Yes, sir.
So in other words, hold on it. Sorry. That shouldn't be there. So what's the answer?
B.
It would have to be B. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So
Let me give you
question before you move on. So in that case, if you have some things repeated, you just drop it off?
Well, the thing about it, you know, it depends on how the answers are presented to you. So suppose the answer was presented to you like the repeated form, like they put in exactly what you see there. You write that for the answer. But in this case, you realize that, boy, they didn't write back the -1, -4. They just write back, well, they just didn't repeat it because they're saying that it doesn't make any sense.
So if they never write out, you like, but if I put it as square.
Okay. All right. Can I clear that? Anybody writing?
No, sir.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Let's look at 34. All right, so this is asking us to find the volume of a cylinder. The formula is volume is pi r square h. All right.
Before you go any further, so they give the what do you call it? The formula
Yes.
for that? Okay.
It's on page 2. So when you open your exam booklet, right? Let me tell you, it's the most measurement questions, like area, sector, circle, all those formulas are what? Are given. As a matter of fact, when I'm finished with this question, I'm going to show you the page. Do you notice anything in particular about the answers? All of them have what? Pi in it, not true?
Yes, sir.
Right. So you're gonna work the question. You're gonna work the question with by not working out pi. What is the radius of that cylinder for me? What's the radius? Is it 6?
Yes, sir.
No, we want to lick.
Sir, would that be after 20? Or after 6?
No, man. The 20 is the height.
Sir, at 3.
So the radius would have been 3. The 6 represents what? The diameter.
Diameter.
Right.
One moment, sir. So you said 6 represent the diameter, so how it would have been 3? You're gonna divide it by 2?
Correct.
No, because 2 radius make up 1 diameter. So when time I divide the diameter into 2, you get 1 radius, which is the
Same.
3.
It's same thing. All right. So we end up with pi multiplied by 3 square multiplied by 20.
20.
So what's the answer?
A.
Correct. So 3 nines is what? Sorry, 3 squares is what? 9.
9.
And what's 9 times 20?
180.
180. And what they do, they just put the pi at the end, because usually whenever you're writing whenever you are writing anything in algebra, you always put the number first, then the letter last. All right, so that's the answer. All right, let's look at 37. So the area of a triangle is half base times the perpendicular height. So it's like you have a triangle, this is a triangle. And that's the perpendicular height, H. And then this would have been your base, B. All right, see if you can compute that. You know what I realize? Let me just say something to you. If you have a question, a maths question, right? And it's a 2 number, I don't know if you do. You know, some people do. They either add them, see if the answer is there, multiply them, see if the answer is there, divide them, see if the answer is there, subtract. So I'm saying don't do that. That's primary. That's caveman way of doing math. All right, because if you don't know what to do, you know, it's a 12 into 60. 12 times 60, I don't see the answer. 12 plus 60, I don't see the answer. 12 from 60, I don't see the answer, but 12 into 60, I see the answer, so it's A. Don't do that, all right? Please. I mean, you know, I'm telling you, I'm serious. I see people do those things.
All right, so sir, what if you don't know the answer? What would you do?
All right. That's what you would do? Well, you could probably, I mean, if that's your last resort, you could probably try that and hope for the best. But by principle, that's not learning. Not saying you can't do it, you know. But that's a caveman way of learning, right? All right, any ideas? By the way, it's not air. It's not.
Sir, what you go do with the 12? What you go do with it? E half.
All right. Look, what is the area of it? What is
Sir,
the area?
at 10, sir.
10. Beautiful. Very good.
Let's say, remember that after 60, yeah, that's what.
What? Go, go ahead. No, it wouldn't be half of. All right. Tell you what. So area. What is it? We're gonna use a form. What's the area of the triangle?
60 centimeters.
So you replace A with 60.
Mhm.
All right. No, it says half base. What's a base?
12.
What's half of
12.
12?
6.
What
Mhm.
is 6 times h?
6H.
6h. And then we just divide everything by 6. All right. So h is equal to 10. So the answer is 10 centimeters. All right. So that's mathematics. All right. So at 11 o'clock, we're going to have 2 presenters, 2 of my colleagues on statistics. So one requires for you to have a graph paper. All right. She'll be looking at how to construct a histogram. And then we have a next question that looks at a line graph. You're not required to draw anything. It's a question where the graph is given to you. Can I clear the screen? All right, let me give a minute. All right. Can I clear the screen now? Anybody
Yes.
writing?
Yes, sir.
You said yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's look at this question here. Oh, I said I was going to show you the formula thingy. So if you look at, this is page 2. Right, so they give you the list of all the formulas. See, volume for cylinder. See there, pi r squared h. All right, here for circle, here for sector, here for trapezium. All right, so like I'm on measurement. Let me just try so we can just do some measurement multiple choice. All right, so this question, question 33, it is basically talking about it's actually talking about the length of a minor arc. So let me just explain something to you. So basically a slice of pizza is called a sector, all right? And that angle there is called theta. And this would have been this length here would have been the radius. Would you agree? Because it's part of a circle, aren't you? So that's radius. Now to find the area of a sector, there's a formula. The area of a sector is theta over 360 multiplied by the area of a circle, which is pi r squared. So that's the formula, and that is in the formula sheet. So this represents the area of a sector. Now we have a next formula that speaks to the length of an arc, all right, which is like the crust of the pizza or cake. So they call it length of an arc. So the formula for that is it's still theta over 360, but it's not by pi r squared, it's actually by 2 pi r. All right. So those two formulas, let me show you where they are. Let me show you. So analyze me. So where is it? So see it there? Area for sector, see it? And then no, it have see here the arc length. All right. Okay, so having told you that, how would you, what is the answer? What is the answer for 33? You're gonna use this formula on the right, okay? What is the answer for 33?
Sir B.
All right. You're correct. It is B. So basically, this is the formula, right? It says length is equal to theta divided by 360. All right. So theta is the angle form. So the angle form is what? 120 divided by what? 360. Then you multiply it by what? Well, first of all, 2 pi r is actually the circumference of a circle. So if the circumference of a circle is 15 and 2 pi r represents circumference of a circle. And that's the answer. I noticed, you know, some man not even work it out for you. They don't want you to work it out, they just want you to set it out. All right. Any questions?
No.
Okay.
All right, pretty straightforward. Let me just give you a minute to just jot that down. Okay, so at 10:40, we'll take a little 20-minute break, okay? And then at 11 o'clock, we come back. Because it's a whole day thing. I know I don't want to have any brain drain. Probably want to eat some KFC in the meantime. Or porridge and biscuit. All right. I don't know. What you guys have for breakfast? I already want to sleep. So want to sleep last night? You misread? All right. Let's look at question number 35. Tell you what. See if you can figure out 35 and 36. Figure out, I'm going to give you a couple minutes to work, figure out 35 and 36.
Ese. Me dio there.
Sir. Sir. Sir.
Sir, stepped out for a little while. He'll be back shortly. That's why I said we go and work it.
All right, so
Sir.
mhm.
In this case, I still go use the pi, I just go leave it alone.
Boy, I tell the truth, sometimes, all right, when you see that question, right? The first one come to your mind, I use the formula, true.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at it, all right, first of all,
It go,
you have a problem because guess what? There are many things that we don't know. All right, so the formula, so the question says the length of the minor arc. So they give you the length of this, which is what? 8, right? And the formula for length of a minor arc or arc is theta over 360
360
times
times
2 pi r.
pi.
All right, but here we are going to know. Here we are going to know. Well,
The
let me tell you,
60 is
there are actually two ways of getting this answer. So we know that theta is 60. All right, and we know that what does 2 pi r represents?
2 times pi.
The circumference.
2 times, so it'll be 2 times 22.7.
what? Sir, I'm gonna go with the 2 times the 8.
Yeah.
All right. But I say it's like you just wake up and start drink some rum in the morning, you know.
But I know we're trying to get that from.
True, man. May I drink some coffee and wake up early and up on the road.
All right, cool. Look like it took some little rum in that, man. All right. No, it's let me tell you. Pi is 22/7, right? And but you think about it, we can't use 2 pi r as a formula because we don't know what the radius is. Not true. It's a cause a problem because we don't know what r is. All right. The question is asking us to find the circumference of the entire what? Circle, not true? All right. And 2 pi r represents the entire circle. So let's call this x. What is theta? 60
60,
over what?
360.
Multiplied by x. All right. Now, what is the length of the arc? 8.
8.
So 16 to 160. Sorry, 16 to 360 is 1/6, right? That's how you go. 16 to 360 is 1/6. Or 16 to 60 goes 1. And 60.
6 times.
Right. So this is actually 1/6x equal 8. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
And to find x, all I need to do is multiply both sides by what? by
6.
So 6/8.
48. Okay.
Not so complicated.
Sir, I never that me do.
All right. Remember I told you there are 2 ways of getting it.
Sir, I'm gonna say 360 divided by 6 times 8. I'm gonna get 48.
All right.
That would do it, Kristen.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that can be done also. That was the other way I was going to show you. So let me show you something now.
Where do
Remember saying,
60 divided by 360 times 8?
yeah, remember saying, look, in a circle, right? In a circle is 360, right? Correct? And if one piece are how many 60s, how many groups of 60 can we get out of 360?
6.
6. And if one 60-degree angle is 8, and a 6 of them you have, it is a 6/8 what?
48.
48.
Okay, but that easier.
Well,
I was
no,
I don't know why
the-
my
the-
behave
the
so.
thing about it, guys, I'm trying to show you a conceptual mathematical way, That's one way. But this is actually
But
easy.
sir, obviously all of them the way they are mixed up when time you know so behave today.
All right. All right. But this is actually easier. All right. Let's look at this one about 36.
So 1.5.
1.5. All right.
Yeah.
What you need to what you need to know is that 1,000 milliliter gives us 1 liter. Okay,
Mhm.
that's what we need to know. So we have to work with that. All right. Anybody else? We figure it out.
B.
Okay, I hear 1.5. So your second person says 1.5.
Sir, me get A.
All right.
A. We just
Okay.
do it time.
Answer is A.
Okay. Anybody else?
15, sir. C.
C is actually correct. All right. So 50 guests are at a party, okay? Each had what? 2 glasses of champagne. All right. So, and each glass is what? 150. So because each guest had what? 2 glasses. That means that each guest would have 300. Would have consumed 300 what? Milliliters, not true? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
And how many guests do we have? We have what?
50.
50. All right. So 50 times 300 is what?
15. Gotcha.
Sir, go again. Make me confused. Say it again.
15,000.
15,000.
15. Assume come here. 15,000. Not true. Assume come here. Arc here. So this is 15,000 what? Milliliter.
Milliliter.
So if 1,000
Divide by
milliliter give you
1,000.
right, so just divide this by what?
Divided by 1,000.
1,000.
You get 15 because 0
That's how you get what? 15. All right. So let me explain again. 50 guests, right? 50 persons are at a meeting or at a function or a club or whatever. And each All right, think about this. You do one party and you have 2 buckler guineas or something like that. Yeah. Or for you ladies, what is it? Red stripe light?
Ordinary.
No man, light. Or
You know,
Schweppes.
like,
So you have 2 glasses in your hand, right? All right. And each glass is 150 ml. But the 2 of them you have, so it wouldn't be 150, it would be what, 300. And a
And
50 and yes?
Nothing.
All right, and it's 50 of you, so it'd be 50 times what? 300 ml. So 50 times 300 ml is 15,000. All right, and 1,000 ml give you 1 liter. And says give you answers a liter. So it's divided by 1,000, you get 15.
Okay.
So right. All right, so
At what time you say we are getting a little break?
a big break and I get man 10:30 or 10:40. 10:40 or something like that.
No.
Yeah. Look at 34 for me. See if you can figure that out for me, please. You're going to use the formula speed. Oops. Speed equal average speed equal distance time. Sorry. Average speed is equal to distance traveled divided by time taken. So we can figure that question. Remember that when you go on your break, you can still you know, if you're using Wi-Fi, you can still you know, just leave your machine up.
D, sir.
Say that again.
D.
D, okay. I don't know the answer for this. So
So that when you're not work out at all, you go put it like as
let me
minutes,
tell you,
as,
you have to go work out the time.
which is 2 hours and 30 minutes.
All right. So 1600 hours
3 hours.
3 hours. 3.5 hours.
a 3.5 hours, not true.
3.5, sir. Yeah, 3.5.
Hold on, 16 hours, 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
All
That's
the
how you go.
time.
4 p.m. right?
Yes, sir. At 9:30.
30
And
to 30.
hold on.
7:30.
7:30.
7:30, not true.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right, so that's 3.5 hours, right?
Yes, sir. Mhm.
Or 3.5 hours. So the question says, hold on.
Sir, me write down the 550 times by the
Right.
3.5.
Because we're using the formula because the average speed is 550. Yes, beautiful. Continue.
Time 3.1, 3.5, sir. I'm getting 19.
All right.
25.
Okay, so but using this formula, the distance would have been
The 550.
oh, I distance one fine, so it'll be D. You see it? Divided by the time. What's the time? 3.5. You also I'm using the formula speed equal distance over time. So then now to get the distance now, we just because the question says the distance from A to B, we just multiply everything by what? 3.5. And that will cancel out, don't you? So D is the product of what? 3.5 times 550. And it turns out to be what? 1925. Okay? That's how you work out that one. All right. Let's look at this last one and we'll go for a little break. $36. So remember, this is a whole day thing. So, you know, make sure you have enough data or preferably Wi-Fi. Or you probably go on those plans.
So which number if you do?
36. Look at 36. All right. So this is a cuboid. All right. So if you want, I could probably just, you know, put that in just to illustrate to you, you know, a three-dimensional aspect of it. All right. So that's how it looks. So they tell us that the volume of a cuboid. All right. Now to find the volume of a cuboid is length multiplied by width multiplied by height. All right. So this is probably the length. That's the width. And that's the height. So what they're saying, you see, what they're saying is that when you multiply all them three numbers there, you get 300 and what? 20. But them say that the height is what? 5. So we know that h is what? Is 5. Okay? Now let's watch carefully now. If the cuboid has a square base, so basically what am I trying to say? That down on the base down here, so is a square. That means the length and the width. What does that mean, class? If the base is a square, what is spectacular? What is spectacular feature about it? The length and the width.
Sides.
Huh?
Equal sides.
They're the same thing, actually.
Internet with same distance.
Exactly. So in other words, let's call this x. Let's call that x. All right, hold on. Let me not call it x because the multiplication. Let's call it y and y. All right. So in other words, class, what two CM numbers should I put here, so? And here, so, and then times it by 5 to give me 320. You can look at the answers. So you can say 8 times 5. Does that give me 320?
Yes, sir.
That's the answer. Because 8 is what? 64, don't you? 8, 64, no, sorry. And what's 5 times 64? I'm saying on a calculator, you know.
Sorry, 64 could have worked too.
No, man. Why is it? No, look here. Look, what the question say?
Number 7 length of one side,
One side, you know.
by the base.
Right. What's the length of one side? So I couldn't 64. Because you're going to say 64 times 5. It has to be 8. All right. So the answer there is 8. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're on a 30-minute break. All right. So yeah, so that's it. So we'll rejoin at 11. All right, just get something to eat or sleep or something. I don't know.
Sir,
Yes.
first paper you're going to, you have gone through.
Come again.
I came a bit late.
Yeah.
This is the first paper you're going through.
Yeah, I'm just going through. I went through a lot of multiple choice questions.
Okay.
Couple multiple choice questions. All right, so we're on a break, official break. So if you don't have to leave, don't leave. I will join back by 11. All right, so if you're just joining us, we're on a 30-minute break. All right. So we will start back at 11. Hello. All right, so if you just join us, we're on a little break. All right. you.